So today we're going to start going over the workout that I'm doing for this mass gain, and we're going to start with back and biceps workout. I start my back workout with deadlifts for my low back, and really it's for more than my low back. It works my whole body. It's a nice big heavy lift, and sticking pretty close to that 6 to 10 range. Sometimes I get up into 11 to 12 just to make sure I'm hitting failure or getting really close to failure, and then increasing the weight accordingly. I do 6 sets. It's a lot of sets, but it's a good exercise and really prepares you. I mean, it works you from your calves all the way up to your traps. It really is a full body type exercise. Mainly your low back, but everything else is working too, and you'll feel it. Then from there I go to pull-ups. The reason why you do pull-ups fairly early is my back's kind of weak and my lats aren't the best. If you've seen my video for my pull-up challenge, you'll see that it's not my strongest suit, but working on making it stronger. So if I leave it too far in the end of the workout, I just can't get enough reps in to get an effective workout. So I do my pull-ups next. I do 4 sets of pull-ups. I do each one to failure. And then on my last set of pull-ups, I do some negatives. So as soon as I get to failure, I got a little stool there. I use it to step up on my bar, and then I slowly lower myself down. And I keep doing that until I'm getting to the point where I'm not really stopping myself, not really controlling myself down. And right now I can't quite do a full pull-up, like a full stretch like that. I have to kind of be more in this position here. I got a little minor rotator cuff injury kind of right there. And when I get right down to this position, it hurts, so I just don't quite drop to that position and do pull-ups just from a slightly bent, arm bent position. And it's been working really well, just to keep the pull-ups going, and once it heals up, I'll go back to my full pull-up. Then next I go on to the bent over row. I do 4 sets of those. My reps are kind of creeping high on that. I'm getting up closer to the 12 to 15 rep range. Part of the reason of that is when I first start my workouts, I organize all my weights and get them set up. I got a lot of different weights. I try to set everything up so that I can stick to my 1.5-minute rest, and I don't spend too much time monkeying around trying to reset the weights. So I just get them set up so I can go. And so I think maybe my weights for that one are a little bit lighter just because I need the weights elsewhere. But I'm going to have to start increasing that one there because I'm getting up to 15 in my early sets for failure. So I know I got to go a little bit heavier. So I'll be starting to go heavier on that one. Now one I am going heavy on, and I'm really loving right now, and it also works my mid back just like the bent over row, is the single arm bent over row. Where you got your knee up on the bench and you're holding the bench with the one hand, so you're kind of stabilizing yourself. You can get a good feel when you're repping that one out. And something I'm doing with all of my pull exercises now, and with my reverse dumbbell flies, is I'm doing a hold. And people have been telling me to do that for years, but for whatever reason it's just sinking through now, and I'm just catching on to it, and I can really feel it. So it's a good thing to pass on, a good thing to try. So when I pull up and I get up into that contracted position, I hold it there for a second, really try to flex and feel the muscle I'm working, and then I let it back down. And I think it's giving me good results. I think I'm feeling positive results and getting more out of my workout because of it. One of the other things that I thought might be interesting to talk about here is my pace of reps. So I find it's a fairly slow, even pace in my early sets. So say like a 1 second up and then a second down with a hold. It might be a little slower now, maybe more like a 2 second up, hold, contract, feel it, take it down. And then I find as I get into my later sets, I become a little more explosive on the way up. Just trying to get a few more reps out is really what I'm after. So I'll hold it, I'll kind of explode up, hold, drop it down slow, explode up, hold, and drop it down, just to get a few more reps out. So that's kind of how my pace of reps go. It does vary as I get through. And pace is another good way you can mix up your routine without making a lot of changes. It's just by changing the pace. Going really slow, really feeling that contraction is just a good way to adjust your workout without making big changes. All of these exercises you can move around a bit. I keep the deadlift first, but in my last row I do is a close grip dumbbells. I hold 2 dumbbells as close as I can. I kind of row them up, kind of like a T-bar row type motion, and that again works your mid-back, but I get a huge bump out of my arm. It's almost a bicep workout for me, which is good because it's just leading right into bicep work. So when I do my bicep work, I really do the 3 exercises, same rep range, between 10 to 15 reps, so fairly wide range, a little higher again than I said I was planning on going, but I must be just addicted to those high reps because I always seem to end up that direction. So I start out with just a straight bicep curl. I do 4 sets of those. I always pick one of these to do a drop set on, and I mix that up as well. But I do the bicep curl first, and I typically go into an alternating curl. And again, you can mix up the order of these really easy. And then I'll do a drop set. So I'll do, say, 4 sets of these to failure. And then the last set, when I hit failure, I'll pick a weight that's like 20% lighter, and I'll hit it, and I'll go again until failure. And that is tough. You really feel that when you hit that second one. You really got to fight. It's funny because it's a lightweight, so it feels like it should be easy, but it's not. And then the last one I do is hammer curls. Hammer curls are my strongest exercise for my arms. I mean, I just find my arms have the most strength, so I usually use them last when I'm tired out the most. And then I just do my hammer curls. And then that figures out my back and biceps workout. It's pretty high volume. If you notice, there's a lot of sets in there, but it just works my body in different ways. So even though all the rows kind of are a mid-back exercise, the way the accessory muscles work are all a little bit different. So it gives you a good full workout. And I've been feeling it. Partially, I give partial or maybe even most of the credit toward that hold. That's really been making a difference, and I think I'm going to see good advancement in my back, and hopefully it won't be my weakest part anymore. It'll start moving up and maybe one day be my strongest part. Anyway, next we're going to go over my shoulder workout and what I'm doing with that. So until then, guys, keep working out, keep having fun, and we'll talk to you next week.